Hey, there. You pull out your phone, scan a QR code at a street vendor, enter your PIN, and boom, money transfers instantly, from your bank account to theirs. No cash, no cards, no waiting, just pure digital magic. But have you ever wondered how this everyday miracle actually works? Here's the mind-blowing reality. UPI, India's unified payments interface, has become the world's most successful instant payment system, processing over 20 billion transactions, worth 25 trillion Indian rupees, in just August 2025 alone. That's roughly 7,500 transactions every single second, making India the global leader in digital payments. What started as an experiment in 2016, with just 21 banks and almost zero transactions, has revolutionized how 1.4 billion people handle money. UPI isn't just an app. It's a sophisticated financial infrastructure that connects over 500 banks through a single, unified network. The question isn't just how UPI works, but how India built the digital payment system that the entire world is now trying to copy. In this video, we're going to break down the technical magic behind UPI, explore the ingenious four-party model that makes instant transfers possible, and reveal why this boring financial plumbing has become India's greatest tech export. Let's dive in. To understand how UPI works, we first need to destroy the biggest misconception. UPI is not an app. It's not Google Pay, or PhonePe, or Paytm. Those are just interfaces. UPI is the invisible digital highway that connects every bank account in India to every other bank account instantly and seamlessly. The official definition: UPI stands for Unified Payments Interface, a real-time payment system developed by the National Payments Corporation of India in 2016. It's built on top of India's existing Immediate Payment Service, or IMPS, infrastructure, but with a revolutionary twist. It made digital payments as simple as sending a text message. The three pillars of UPI. 1. Real-time settlement. When you send money through UPI, it doesn't sit in some digital wallet or clearinghouse. It moves directly from your bank account to the recipient's bank account instantly, 24/7, including weekends and holidays. 2. Interoperability. This is UPI's secret weapon. Any user with any UPI app can pay any other user with any other UPI app, regardless of which banks they use. A PhonePe user can seamlessly pay a Google Pay user who banks with a completely different institution. 3. Virtual payment addresses as VPAs. Instead of sharing your bank account number, IFSC code, and other sensitive details, UPI creates a simple ID like your name at bank name, or this VPA acts like an email address for money. Easy to remember, safe to share. Why this was revolutionary. Before UPI, digital payments in India were a nightmare. Different systems, long waiting periods, complex bank details. NEFT took hours. RTGS had minimum limits. IMPS required you to know the recipient's bank details. UPI unified all of this into one seamless experience that's faster than handing over cash. The genius wasn't just in the technology, it was in creating a system so simple that a street vendor with a basic smartphone could accept payments as easily as a high-tech startup. UPI operates on two fundamental mechanisms that handle every possible payment scenario: push and pull. Understanding these two flows is key to understanding how UPI actually works. Under the hood. Push, when you send money. A push transaction is when you actively send money to someone else. This is what happens when you scan a QR code or enter someone's UPI ID to pay them. Here's the step-by-step flow. 1. You initiate. You open your UPI app. Select Pay. And enter the recipient's VPA. Like merchant at Paytm. Or scan their QR code. 2. App preparation. Your app prepares the payment request. With all necessary details. Amount. Recipient VPA. Your VPA. And any notes. 3. Authentication. You enter your UPI PIN. Not your ATM PIN. This is a separate 4 to 6 digit code. You created specifically for UPI. 4. To your bank. The request goes to your payment service provider, PSP. Which forwards it to your bank. 5. Bank verification. Your bank checks if you have sufficient funds and verifies your identity. 6. Through NPCI. Your bank sends the approved request through NPCI's UPI switch. 7. To recipient's bank. NPCI routes the request to the recipient's bank. 8. Credit. The recipient's bank instantly credits their account. 9. Confirmation. Both you and the recipient get instant notifications. This entire process takes less than 3 seconds. Pull. When someone requests money from you. A pull transaction is when someone sends you a payment request asking you to pay them a specific amount. The flow works like this. 1. Request creation. The recipient creates a collect request for a specific amount and sends it to your UPI ID. 2. Notification. You receive a notification on your phone asking for payment approval. 3. Your choice. You can either accept by entering your UPI PIN or decline the request. 4. If accepted. The same push flow happens, but initiated by your approval of their request. This pull mechanism is brilliant for businesses. They can send payment requests to customers without needing to handle cash or cards. The QR code magic. QR codes are just a clever way to encode all the payment information. When you scan a QR code, it automatically fills in the recipient's VPA, the amount if specified, and any other details. It's like having a business card for payments. Every UPI transaction involves exactly 4 parties working in perfect coordination. This is called the 4-party model, and it's what makes the system incredibly robust and secure. Party 1, the payer, you. You're the one initiating the payment. You have a smartphone with a UPI-enabled app, a bank account linked to that app, a UPI PIN for authentication, a VPA, your UPI ID. Party 2, the payee, the recipient, the person or merchant receiving the payment. They have their own VPA or QR code, a bank account to receive funds, usually a UPI app to track incoming payments. Party 3, the remitter bank, your bank. Your bank plays a crucial role, verifies your identity and PIN, checks your account balance, authorizes or rejects the transaction, debits your account when approved, sends transaction details to NPCI. Party 4, the beneficiary bank, recipient's bank. The recipient's bank receives the credit request from NPCI, verifies the recipient's account details, instantly credits the money to their account, sends confirmation back through the system. The invisible fifth player, NPCI. While not officially part of the four-party model, NPCI is the conductor of this entire orchestra. NPCI operates the central UPI switch, routes transactions between banks, maintains the security protocols, ensures 24/7 system uptime, handles dispute resolution. How they all work together. Imagine you're paying 500 Indian rupees to a local restaurant. Your phone, your bank. I want to pay 500 Indian rupees to restaurant at Axis, your bank NPCI. Customer authorized 500 Indian rupees to restaurant at Axis, NPCI Restaurants Bank. Credit 500 Indian rupees to restaurant at Axis account, Restaurants Bank NPCI. Done, 500 Indian rupees credited, NPCI your bank. Transaction successful, your bank your phone. Indian rupee 500 sent successfully. All of this happens in under 3 seconds. With multiple layers of encryption and verification at each step. The security layer. What makes this system secure is that no single party has complete control. Your bank never knows the recipient's account details. The recipient's bank never knows your account details. NPCI knows the transaction flow, but doesn't store your banking information. Your UPI app never stores your PIN or banking credentials. And that's exactly why this system works at massive scale without breaking trust. The most impressive thing about UPI isn't what you see. It's the incredible engineering infrastructure that makes 7,500 transactions per second look effortless. Built on giants' shoulders. UPI wasn't built from scratch. It's cleverly built on top of India's existing banking infrastructure. IMPS, Immediate Payment Service. The underlying rails that actually move money between banks. NPCI Switch. The central routing system that connects all banks. Core banking systems. Each bank's internal systems that manage accounts. RBI oversight. The regulatory framework that ensures compliance. UPI acts like a universal translator, allowing all these different systems to speak the same language. The API architecture. UPI works through a set of standardized APIs, application programming interfaces, that NPCI provides to banks and app developers. Account linking APIs to connect bank accounts to UPI apps. Transaction APIs to initiate and complete payments. Verification APIs to validate VPAs and account details. Status APIs to check transaction status and history. This open architecture is why any developer can build a UPI app, and why hundreds of apps all work seamlessly together. The scale challenge. Processing 20 billion transactions per month requires incredible technical sophistication. Load balancing. Distributing transactions across multiple servers to prevent crashes. Redundancy. Multiple backup systems to ensure 99.99% uptime. Real-time monitoring. Constant monitoring of system health and transaction flows. Fraud detection. AI-powered systems that can detect suspicious patterns instantly. International expansion. UPI's success has made it a global export. The technology is now being implemented in Singapore for payments between India and Singapore. UAE for Indian workers sending money home. Bhutan and Nepal for cross-border payments. France. Pilot programs at Eiffel Tower and other tourist locations. This international expansion proves that UPI's architecture is robust enough to handle cross-border complexities. The economic impact. The numbers tell the story of UPI's transformative impact. 25 trillion Indian rupees in transaction value per month. As of August 2025. Over 500 million active users. 99.99%. Success rate for transactions. Free for users. Banks and merchants pay small fees to NPCI. 24/7 availability, including holidays. UPI has essentially eliminated cash for millions of Indians and created a digital-first economy that the world is now trying to copy. Conclusion. So, how does UPI work? It's not magic. It's brilliant engineering, disguised as simplicity. We've learned that UPI is not just an app, but a unified digital infrastructure that connects over 500 banks through a single, interoperable network. We've broken down the push and pull mechanisms that handle every payment scenario, from scanning QR codes to approving payment requests, all settling in real time. We've explored the four-party model, where you, the recipient, and both of your banks work together through NPCI's central switch to move money instantly and securely. And we've seen the technical infrastructure that makes 7,500 transactions per second possible. An engineering marvel built on open APIs, redundant systems, and real-time processing. UPI's genius lies in making something incredibly complex feel incredibly simple. Behind every 3-second payment is a sophisticated dance of verification, routing, and settlement that rivals the world's most advanced financial systems. What started as an experiment to reduce India's dependence on cash has become the global gold standard for instant payments. Countries around the world are studying and copying UPI's architecture because it proved that digital payments don't have to be complicated, expensive, or controlled by foreign companies. UPI isn't just a payment system. It's a demonstration of what's possible when brilliant engineering meets ambitious vision. It's proof that emerging markets can leapfrog traditional financial infrastructure and build something better than what exists in the developed world. The next time you pay with UPI, remember, you're not just making a payment. You're participating in one of the most successful financial technology innovations in human history. Help us keep making videos like this. If you want me to make other videos explaining these topics, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.